So I'm assembling Langstroth Hive bodies, and I've got a problem. They don't line up quite nicely. I've got like an 1/8 of an inch gap hanging over there, and I've got one over here that I think it's worse. Yeah, that's you can see that's not quite meshing nicely. If I move those over, he doesn't mesh nicely. So what I'm doing is I'm chamfering the edges so I can simply drive this stuff in. I'm chamfering the interlocking, this isn't a dovetail, it's just fingers or notches. This doesn't affect the integrity at all. This doesn't make holes or new gaps for small hive beetle. It just simply makes a chamfer that makes it easier to fit these together. I will not name names as to who sold these to me, which of our wonderful vendors, whether it was Dadent or Man Lake or others. Any of them can have this problem, that the wood simply wasn't seasoned really well enough and it shifted a little bit, or their machinery was off that day because of humidity or what. But if I chamfer these edges a little, I can drive them together quite a bit better. I'm going to chamfer that one very slightly because that one doesn't have a lot of strength. Alright, now let's take it to the next level. Finally, fits. Handle goes that way, handle goes that way. So we don't put these on inside out. See, that one broke a little bit of wood because it was so out of whack right there. Let's finish putting him. I'm going to use that chamfer. You can tell that one was really out of spec. Now if you look, you can see this thing bows out a little bit. He's flush, he's almost flush, and he's out quite a bit. So we have to make sure we compress him before we put a screw into him. That's a little better. Let's put a screw in him because I know he's bowed. I'm not a fan of nails, and on these hive bodies This edge and this edge will bow out and make holes for the bees to get in and out. So on the edges, you really need to put screws. I got two types of screws in here, short and longs. And screws are kind of expensive, but I just need to put one and one. So there's usually four screws per corner. And I'll put nails for the rest because this doesn't fail. It's always the ends here that fail. All right, let's do the other corner. Is it cinched up tight? Yep. Put my mallet down. And remember, when you're banging these joints together, you never hit wood on metal or metal on wood. It's always wood on wood or metal on metal. So I'm using a wooden mallet to pound these together. I could use a rubber hammer, but that's cheesy. I like to make my own tools, frankly. I've got this set with a clutch, with the setting on about 10, so I don't drive it in too deep. Well, he's a tough spot, maybe a knot. That looks good. So I'm putting in just the corner screws first. I'll put in nails for the rest. And then we're going to paint it. I could use boiled linseed oil and beeswax, but I need this deployed today. And the boiled linseed oil will begin to kind of fade over 5 years. And I've never had the foresight to go out to my hives and repaint them while there's bees in them. Oh, that needs a love tap. Oh, bless it. Need to set it back to 10. Okay, we're back to the beginning. Now we do phase 2. Metal on metal. So we're just going to tap in these. We're assembled. All fasteners are fastened. All handles are on the outside. And we're ready for painting.